Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Semi Soccer Experts Podcast, also known as the C
Hmm.
Podcast. We are on episode number, I'm sorry, Adrian, but I lost count, 43.
42.
Never mind, 42. We're on episode number 42. I'm not sure what we can do about the number 42. There's nothing special about the number 42. 4 plus 2 is 6. And best number 6, Adrian, what do you think? The best player to wear the number 6 shirt?
When I think of number 6, I think of a defensive midfielder. The best one I can think of. I don't know who's worn the shirt famously, even from a Manchester United perspective.
Can't think of anyone right now that wears number 6.
Mhm.
But let's ask our special guest. Adrian, please introduce him for us.
Yes, so we actually have a special guest, first time in a while. His name is Renato. He's actually a coach. He coaches alongside with me. He's learned a lot of my tricks and trades in this whole ordeal. But he's been asking to be a part of this podcast for a while, so I might as well just shoestring him in. And Renato, the floor is yours, buddy.
I appreciate it, Adrian and Mario, for having me here. This is a first time in a while I've done a podcast, so I'm ready to, share my opinion, my knowledge, and share ideas with you guys. And it's all about having fun and talking the sport that we love, which is soccer, right?
Yeah. So what got you into soccer? What made you love the beautiful game?
Back when I was living in Peru, I used to play for one of the club youth academy. Back when I was 5 years old. So since then, I've been always a fan. And once I moved to the States, I kept playing. And then about 5 years ago, I decided to go on the other side of the sidelines and see how it went. And I liked it. So now I became a coach, a teacher, somebody that guides kids to, be the next future stars, right, of the sport.
Awesome.
For that.
It's good stuff. So yeah, like I was saying, so obviously we are here. We love the beautiful game, and what just recently happened. If you've been living under a rock, Diego Maradona has unfortunately passed away past week, and it's been the biggest news going on. And I think, if I can speak for all of us, but he's like, if you ask any one of us, if you ask one of the greatest players of all time, he's definitely up there in the top tier list. Just surely alone with his accolade, everything he's done. It's a big loss for the beautiful game, but at the same time, I don't think it's right just to mourn him, but just a memory, just to think of all the great memories he's left us, and just remember like all the good things he's done for the beautiful game, and just cherish that and just keep his memory living just like that.
So yeah, I mean, Maradona's death was very impactful. What's very interesting about his death is the reaction that you got all across the world. I think there is no sporting association, no football association, team, club, whatever, that did not release a memo or made a social media post about him. Thanking him for his legacy, remembering him. I even saw posts from the Brazilian Federation and from River Plate. So the two teams that Maradona faced against, and I think we all saw the picture of the River Plate fan and the Boca Juniors fan embracing each other. When I got the update that he died, like my heart sank, and I'm not Argentinian, I'm not a Boca Juniors fan, I'm nothing, but he was a pillar of the community, for all, he was a great player, and a lot of people will say a lot of bad things about him, but regardless of those negative things about him, he was a pillar of our community. Renato, do you have any thoughts or opinions about that? How did you feel when you found out that Maradona died?
I was actually on my way to work when I got the news, and I just couldn't believe it. Right? I mean, aside from his personal life, which everybody knows about, I think nobody can say that he wasn't one of the biggest soccer stars in the world. I think between him and Pelé are the reason that nowadays number 10s are one of the best players in the world, right?
Yeah.
My favorite number is number 10. When I used to play, it was number 10, and one of the reasons is because I never got to really watch him in his prime, but now we have YouTube and our parents and our grandparents that got the opportunity to watch him tell us about him. Um, it's amazing to see the talent and the excitement he brought to the game, right? One of the biggest, I mean, I've been watching 6 World Cups and I've watched videos all over the internet, but the goal he had against England in the 1986 World Cup was one of the most incredible goals I've ever seen,
I think
even
both
in
of them
recent
were.
years. I mean,
Yeah,
he
mano
took
de
like
Dios.
4, 5, 6, 7 players and the keeper. It was totally amazing. And I think that was the same game with the so-called hand of God goal,
Right,
right?
it was the
Yeah.
same game. The hand of God came first, and then the incredible dribble through the
Yeah,
entire English squad and score.
yeah, it was
Um,
totally amazing.
yeah. So yeah, no, Maradona's legacy, and I was thinking about this. What do you guys think? Was Maradona's death as impactful as the death of Michael Jackson? Now, Michael Jackson is the height of the music. Like, if you think about music, it's very hard to the top music person. I'd say Michael Jackson. I can't think of anyone right now, and I think he died in 2005. So, and I remember, his
2009.
was
2009.
it
I
2000?
remember because I was watching Transformers in the movie theater, and that shit just blew up like wildfire.
Right. So he died, and that's fresh in my memory. I remember when he died, but um, I think Maradona's death was up there, if not slightly above Michael Jackson's impact. What do you guys think about
For me personally, I think it's right up there with Kobe, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Because and that's the thing is 2020 has been a crazy year, man. A lot of deaths, a lot of situations, a lot of crazy things have been going on this year. It's just just to think about it, it's been like like a whole season of unexpected events that's happened this year. And I think just once Kobe passed, it was just a ripple effect of everything going on, the imbalance of the world. And that's why I'm just saying because Kobe's death, I was just like, damn, that really happened. Like he's no longer here. And that's how I felt when Maradona passed away because you know I feel like I just watched the 2018 World Cup like a few days ago, or you felt because 2 years is like this nowadays when we're older. Um, Remember at the World Cup when Messi scored that beautiful goal, you saw Maradona right there at the stands, going crazy, ape shit, and everything. And then after that, I just thought he was gonna be fine, and now I find out he just fucking died from a heart failure. But I did see like a couple weeks ago he had like I don't know if it was a heart attack or something of that matter, some medical condition that had him at the hospital.
that? He had a stroke, a brain aneurysm. Yeah.
Yeah, but we think because he has connections and he's in Argentina, he'll make it through because he'll see the top doctors. But then after that, you see he just passed away, and I'm just like, damn, that really happened. Like I was literally at work too, and I just saw him, and I was in the middle of a meeting, and as soon as I heard the news, I was like, holy shit! Like that was just the first reaction because you never, you don't think these superstars or like legends just die like that because you just never expect it to happen. And it's just crazy. Like I said, this year's just been fucking crazy, to say the least. But it does remind me, like, in the same pedestal as Kobe for me personally. But I agree with you in the same vicinity as Michael Jackson because I feel like in those moments you tend to remember where you were when this individual died. Like if you ask the older generation, where were they at when Kennedy died? I think that's the same effect that happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you, Adrian, for sure. I mean, when the COVID news hit, it was I cried because he's one of my idols. He was one of the people I looked up to because of his work ethic, because of who he was, what he brought to like the sports. And yes, I would definitely compare it to Maradona. Especially, I'm not Argentinian like you guys said either, but that man brought Argentinians, and I know a lot of Argentinians that I know that man brought Argentinians, like they idolize him so much that it's like their god just died forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just like you said, I mean, he's been in comparison to Kobe's was so unexpected Maradona's has been, he's been playing with his life a little bit, and the problem here was like he's been beating it every time, so everybody was like, okay, he'll be fine. He's being taken care of, everything fine, right? But when he got released from the hospital after a brain surgery, everybody was saying, oh, he's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be fine, and then he was just so unexpected that it shocked, like you said, it shocked the world entirely. Even people that are not involved in soccer actually recognize
Yeah,
like
they acknowledged
Maradona
it.
died. So it definitely had a huge impact in the world of sports for sure.
And I find it interesting that you brought up Kobe actually, because I'm just going through like the NBA Twitter. A lot of NBA players paid tribute to Maradona when he died, but I'm looking at the NBA Twitter right now and I scroll down to the day that he died, and the NBA Twitter did not do any statement or like a picture of rest in peace, something like that. And I'm not saying that that's the NBA's place, but I find it interesting that when Kobe died, I think MLS, La Liga, the EPL gave Kobe some type of tribute.
Yeah.
And the NBA did not, which I'm interested because there is a lot of crossover between
100%.
the world of basketball, the world of soccer, football. So I don't know. Do you guys think, as a marketing ploy, would it have been okay for the NBA to say, "Hey, rest in peace to one of the greatest soccer players ever," or just rather not say anything at all?
I think their social media guy was on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, it did happen the day before Thanksgiving, so probably, but still, I think, but there are some tweets here from November 25th when Maradona died, and yet I'm looking through it right now and nothing about Maradona.
I mean, I think in comparison to Maradona, I think Kobe, if you look at Kobe, he was really involved in soccer. I think he was
He was
supposed to
probably
be
influenced by Maradona as
yeah, he
well
was
because
supposed to be
he
by
grew up in Italy, if I recall. So
right. So he was I think he was supposed to be an owner for a soccer team, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I could be wrong, but
No, that probably something that
right. So
Kobe
he
would
was
have done.
very involved in soccer, and that's probably how he got his name thrown into the soccer world. I'm not so sure how Maradona would have, or how other sports, especially in the U.S., right? Because there's like millions of sports in here, so don't know how exactly they would get to know Maradona, or how Maradona got to know him, show himself into everybody else. That's the only way I think, possibly why this big sports um, associations didn't, acknowledge
I
him.
also think I'm just speculating, but I think it's also political, to be honest, because Maradona had quote unquote socialist ideas. Like he was buddy buddy with Castro.
Yeah.
He liked Che. I think he liked Hugo Chavez also. So I think with that being said, they probably was like, maybe not the best tweet or something like that. But like I said, I'm just speculating here. But he's very. That's the one thing I give Maradona props to as well. He's very open minded, to say the least. He'll say whatever's on his mind. And what I didn't realize too, I guess I was young, but when he went to the Vatican over in Rome, and he had like, I guess, back and forth with the Pope, he was like, the Pope told him like there's millions of children hungry, and he looked at the chandelier and he was like, why don't you sell the shit up there then? Feed the kids. Like you guys live in riches and all that shit, but yeah, you're talking about you're poor and you're looking out for poor kids, but you're not doing as much as you should be. As actions speak louder than words. All in all, is what he meant. So that's the one thing.
Diego was
I
a very
appreciate that.
outspoken person. He spoke whatever was on his mind, and I do recall that story of him going to the Vatican. But I think yeah, he's a socialist, and that might have been a part of it. But I think I'll agree with Renato here. Is like Kobe, he crossed over into the soccer world. He's regularly seen with an AC Milan jersey and a Barcelona jersey. But Maradona, to my knowledge, I don't even think he owned an NBA jersey.
Yeah, I don't think he gave two shits about basketball too.
Maradona was a short guy. He was 5'5".
Yeah, his
So,
his strengths were just kicking the ball.
yeah, for sure. But I feel bad that Maradona guy. He was young. He was 60, relatively young person to die. There's news that that the ambulance took too long to get there in time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, but the influence that Maradona has and will forever have.
And that's the one thing I actually wanted to talk to you guys before we wrap this up. How much do you think he influenced that number 10 position
Oh,
overall?
a lot. I mean, between like I said, between him and Pelé, um, since then you're looking at number tens that rose. You got the Ronaldinhos, you got Luis Figo,
Messi.
now Messi. World stars, and everybody now looks at number 10 is the best player in the team, right? So like I feel like that number 10 is in big clubs is an honor to wear, and I think those two were the big influencers in wearing it because Maradona could have wore number 9 or could have wore number 8, and a whole different story would have been now.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like I think again, especially when it comes to the Latino countries, the number 10 is given to the best player. In Brazil right now, Neymar has number 10. Colombia, James has number 10. I don't know who's number 10 for Mexico. Anyone know?
Vela, I think something.
Chucky?
No.
It might be Vela, it might be Chucky. I think for Peru, Pablo Guerrero wore 9, right?
Farfan normally.
Farfan wears 10, correct. And he's the one who scored against New Zealand to go to the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I remember.
The long time number 10 is Teófilo Cubillas, which is
yes, cool. Yes, Cubillas.
Legend.
He's regarded as the best Peruvian player, correct?
Yep, absolutely.
Got it. All right. So, like anything else about Maradona before we move on to our next topic?
I'll say one more thing. Just to end on a positive note, the crazy thing is granted we never saw Maradona in our life, see him playing in his prime, but I've seen so many clips ever since he's passed, just because just to see and remember and celebrate his life, and just seeing his runs and the way he dribbles and everything. It just reminds me of like how Messi does it. It's like everything Messi does, it's like taken from Maradona. It's crazy how similar the two players are, because think about it, they're small in nature, they're left-footed, and they're known for doing crazy fucking runs and going through the defenders like nothing. And it's just like Messi's just like a clone of Maradona nowadays. And obviously people like to compare the two, but at the same time, like Messi's been so consistent for so long, and he's just been like one of the best players since
I want to ask, if Messi had won a Copa America and a World Cup, you think that Messi will be the best player in Argentina?
110%.
You think that he would have surpassed Maradona's legacy?
If Higuain scored that goal against Germany in the World Cup in final, 110 fucking %. He was already the best player of that tournament.
And that's the only thing that's missing for him.
And that's the one thing Maradona could take the grave. He's like, I got a World Cup.
Absolutely. And that's what Argentina's won, honestly. That's what they care for, the World Cup.
I'll say this, none of us saw Maradona in his primes, but speaking to a lot of older Argentinians, the older Argentinians will swear by that Maradona was better than Messi.
110%, because they grew up with him.
But I watch Messi, and also I like to compare the stats, the numbers, and the numbers, surpass what Maradona did. I'm not sure how many Ballon d'Ors Maradona has, but he doesn't have the 6 that Messi has, and he definitely doesn't have a Champions League that Messi has. Maradona also played for Barcelona, and he did not replicate what Messi did has done.
He ended on bad terms with Barcelona.
But there is one comparison I would say is that the Napoli love for Maradona.
Oh hell yeah! I forgot about that. Napoli.
Yep.
Is intense, or is more.
He's a god there. If you think he's a god in Argentina, in Napoli,
he's just
like Dios there.
Right. So, and I do want to end on one note, and I think this, I truly respect what he said here. So towards the end, one of his last interviews they asked him if he was the best player ever. He said, if I hadn't done drugs, I would have been the greatest player ever. And he says, like, listen, don't. He tells, if we can tell the kids not to do drugs, don't do drugs.
At least he's acknowledging his mistake, right?
You know, I think, you know, when I saw that interview, man, I felt happy. I was like, damn, this man recognized his faults. You know, he's human after all.
Oh, yeah.
I respect him. I had to respect him in that moment when he said those things. I was like, yeah, I feel for this guy now. You know, all the bad stuff he did, he's asking forgiveness. He recognizes his wrong, but he's telling the next generation, look, don't waste your youth. Don't do it, and you could be the greatest player ever. And I was happy to see that. And rest in peace to his soul, one of the greatest players to ever touch a ball.
Yeah, well touched. And on to other news.
Other news. Yes, yeah. Let's go to Europe.
Yeah, since we're talking about Champions League, there's been a lot of fallout from the Champions League this past 2 days. So if you were to look at the current standings right now, the most interesting group we have going on is Group B over in the Champions League, which I feel like, Mario, you want to talk. The floor is all yours.
Okay, thank you. As an Inter Milan fan, I am duly very fucking pissed. We should never have tied the first 2 games, and we should never have lost to Real Madrid. That being said, this is a very tight group. Mönchengladbach, Borussia Mönchengladbach, I can never pronounce it. First place with 8 points. Shakhtar Donetsk, 7 points. Real Madrid, 7 points. Inter Milan, 5 points. Now, as things stand right now, all 4 teams have a possibility of qualifying to the next round. Inter Milan, only thing they have to do is win, even on goal difference, because they're not doing goal difference. They're doing the head-to-head tie first.
Really?
So because Inter Milan beat
You're right. So that's why PSG is ahead of United. Sons of bitches. But yeah, keep on.
Yep. So because Inter Milan beat Borussia, whatever. Borussia, and they're playing Shakhtar does next. If they beat them, they'll be with 8 points. If Real Madrid wins, they'll be with 10 points. So everybody has to win. No matter what, has to win. Yeah. So here's where I really want to highlight this. There has been recent talks about a European Super League because, quote unquote, it'd be more exciting for the fans. Because, the European Super League will have the best teams in the world. But how can you make an argument when Real Madrid, arguably the richest club on earth, is in danger of not qualifying for the Champions League for the next round and has a possibility of being in the Europa League? And I think, Adria, you can make the same argument for the Group H, where all 3 of those teams have a possibility of making it into the next round.
Mm-hmm.
I think this group, and I like that this Champions League is happening right after those talks to show that just because you have a lot of money doesn't guarantee you the best football.
Yeah, 110%, because I think ever since those talks have been established, these teams, like the Borussia Mönchengladbachs, they can guns out firing and they're top of their group right now. And they, as well as Shakhtar, those are the teams you would think, Inter, Real Madrid going to go through. Simple as that. No, these two teams have actually gave it to Real Madrid, especially Shakhtar. They beat them twice in a Champions League group stage. That's nothing, no ordinary team, especially in this day and age when you have a Real Madrid team that has, in the last 5 years, won 3 back-to-back Champions League finals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a crazy thing to do in this day and age. And I'm happy that, it shows everyone's on the same playing level. Same playing level. That's pretty much what I was trying to say. But in that sense, it just shows how the competition you can never take any team you're facing in the Champions League very lightly. Because if anything, the same thing happened to Manchester United right after we lost to Barcelona in the Champions League final. The next year when we qualified, we were, I think, against, I don't know if it was Atletico Bilbao or it was that team from Switzerland. It's going through my fucking head right now. But regardless, we were pitted to win that group. We didn't. We ended up being in third place. And Basel, FC Basel, fucking bastards eliminated us. But yeah, so we were determined. We were determined to at least make it to the quarter semifinals because hey, we made it to the finals. We didn't even qualify outside the group stage. So that's what I'm saying. Champions League, you never know what's going to happen because there's always going to be that one team or two teams that you never predict to make a deep run for it because in this day and age, it is a tournament, and a lot of teams treat it like a championship final because they don't know when they're going to play again in this type of setting.
Mm-hmm. Renato, what do you?
Let me start by acknowledging Group E. I'm a Chelsea fan and
Jesus
saying
Christ.
Oliver Giroud had a poker yesterday and I loved it. 4 goals against a tough Sevilla team. So that's something like it's really it gives Chelsea fans a say, hey, we finally got a squad, we got depth, so we got days ahead. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said at the beginning of when the draw happened, the Champions League draw happened, Real Madrid's group is gonna be a group of death. I'm like, no shot. There's no way this is a group of death. You're looking at Inter's, the how they reinforce themselves with Vidal, and they have Lukaku and all of them, and then you see Real Madrid coming out of winning La Liga, and they're fresh. But then we're December now, and you're looking at the group, and I'm like, wow, they can easily either go to Europa, qualify, or even get completely knocked out of the of any European competitions, because they have the possibility of finishing last, right? So it's really it's been a moment happening for Madrid, and I've seen it happening because if you look at their squad, there is really not a replacement for these top players that are already getting washed out, like Toni Kroos or Modric. Even the own Sergio Ramos is about to finish his career, right? And you bring in players like Jovic and Hazard, who's unfortunately been hurt, is another type of Hazard Bale, I like to call him. And it hasn't been really successful for them, right? And this is a result right here. And even in La Liga, they're struggling. So I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if Madrid ends up last in that group, honestly. And I think it's going to be a wake up call for them to realize we need players that are going to youth academy players, and they're really going to bring the club back again, because I feel like Madrid has always been Madrid has always been categorized for signing top players in the world and winning titles like that. So I know I'm hearing rumors about Mbappe and Haaland coming in the next few years. So, but like looking at the present, is not looking good for them, right? And the Group H is a really interesting group right now. United is like a roller coaster. They play good, they drop, they play good, they drop, and now Adrian, you're like stressed every weekend. You lose to Tottenham, then you beat Liverpool or Man City, and then you lose to Istanbul. So it's crazy. United is just, I don't know what's missing in them. They really have a good squad, in my opinion.
A real captain.
That's probably what it is.
A real captain and a clinical striker. I'm nothing against Cavani because he's still getting it together with the team, and he's saved us against Southampton. But I think Manchester is lacking a real number 9. Martial is supposed to be that one who does it all for us, to score the goals. But I don't think he's, as of now, I could be right. It could be like 6 months from now, he scores like 20 goals and he shits on my face, but I don't see him potentially being that top striker for Manchester United for the foreseeable future. So that's the striker. That's the thing, because as a striker, you have to be clinical. We had our chances against PSG, and not just being biased, but I think that was the game we could have not even just won, but even taken a draw, a point away from them. But the manager wanted to keep Fred on past halftime and let him run around the fucking pitch like a deer in headlights. And that's why he got the red card, and momentum change, and we couldn't get back in the game. So, it's a struggle for Manchester United, but at the same time, it's the type of season I think we're just going to have to deal with. It's going to be wildly inconsistent. If we get top four, it'll be a miracle. And if we get out of the group stage, it'll be another good thing. But it depends who we face next round, because like think about it. Like for example, if we do finish second, we may end up playing like a Dortmund, a Barcelona, whoever gets out of Group B might be tough, or a Bayern, who are known to kill us in the Champions League. It's ever since we knocked them out in '99. But yeah, so it's an interesting Champions League, and this is like another Champions League where I don't think we can see a definitive winner, because Liverpool's not taking it. Their defense is shot up, and they're just like another injury away from just shitting all over the bed.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, no, I mean this Champions League is exciting.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable. It's wild, you know. But like I said, I think this Champions League makes it a clear case that a European Super League is not. There's no point to it. You know, they talk about competitive balance, that all the top teams are always winning and are taking the top prizes. And yes, that's been historically true. But look, Atalanta, I think last Champions League made it into the semifinals. You know, a team that relatively is a mid-table team in the Serie A. You know, they don't have a large budget. Shakhtar, who beat Real Madrid in that first game with all B squad players. You know, Borussia Mönchengladbach, who again is a Bundesliga team that usually is a mid-level team. They're at the top of the group. You know, and I feel like this Champions League has been so exciting that like there is no point of talking about a European Super League.
Yeah.
Another point I want to kind of bring up, focusing more on Real Madrid. I don't remember the last time that Real Madrid did not qualify into the next round or was not involved in the knockout stages of the Champions League. You know, I'm sure that they have certain contracts with sponsors that these sponsorships, like Fly Emirates, needs to be seen in the next round of the Champions League.
Fly
Emirates didn't sign up to be seen in the Europa League because nobody watches the Europa League. I mean, obviously it's not true, but that's a very interesting case. What would happen again if Manchester United, you know, they sign lucrative deals with a Chevy, and again Chevy's be like, I don't want to see my logo in the Europa League. I want to see it in the top of the Champions League. You know, I feel like this is going to be very detrimental to the budget of the teams. What do you guys think about all this?
Yeah, from a financial point of view, it does hurt the pockets of big teams like Real Madrid and Manchester United, because they're like, hey, we pay you all this much money to be in the forefront and be at the top European competitions and at least making a run for it. And you guys are not delivering up to your promises. So obviously, when we renegotiate, if anything, that's more leverage for them to get to pay them even less going forward. And that hurts teams because it's just like, hey, we're losing revenue because of this. And, you know, that's a lot of things to take consider now in this day and age, because the game has been so financially driven. It's crazy how, like, if you lose a potential partnership with a big ambassador or a big, you know, sports brand, it hurts the team as well, because, you know, they don't get the money that they're looking for.
No, absolutely, and that's why I think that, like, the amount of money these clubs make, you know, it's very, the way they use it sometimes, and it really determines what the future of the club is going to be. Like I said, Man United spent 5 years plus struggling in EPL, not even participating in European competitions, and it was because it was poor management in the board, the head of boards. And same thing is happening in Madrid. And then on the ledge of happening, what happened to United a couple of years ago, if they don't act up right now and start, you know, making right things. And this is just the beginning of it. I mean, they can still fix it. But I've never been a fan of Florentino Perez. I think he's selfish, and I think he just thinks about himself rather than the club, honestly. Like it's about money for him.
Oh, absolutely. You know, that man is I think he thinks he's bigger than Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And he wants to be the center of the show, you know. I remember I think the rumor was that Cristiano Ronaldo, he was willing to stay, but he wanted to be paid more. And Florentino was like, no. And you know, I understand that Cristiano is not bigger than Real Madrid, at least on their philosophy. But if this man helped deliver 3 Champions League because he was the top goal scorer of all those 3 years that they won, you pay the man more.
He's the top scorer of their club, mind you. He's broken records
and of the Champions League in general. You know, so they replaced Cristiano, who scored 50 goals, and they brought in Courtois, who allows 50 goals into the net. And it sucks because Courtois for Chelsea was phenomenal. You know,
and Atletico.
Even for Atletico, he was.
And for Atletico, right? And at one point, I think at the height of his Chelsea career, I would have argued that he's the greatest goalkeeper at the moment. At some point, he was the greatest goalkeeper on the planet. You know, and then he goes to Real Madrid, and it's just like, eh. You know, so
yeah,
I don't like Florentino at all either. But you know, it's going to hurt their pockets playing in the Europa League or not qualifying for a European Championship at all. You know, because I'm sure there's players that have on their contract, I will play Champions League football or none at all. You know, I'm sure if Cristiano was there, he was not playing Europa League.
Oh yeah.
He would have he would have forced the January transfer window out.
All he has to say is speak to a reporter. I'm not happy.
Oh
I'm
yeah, absolutely.
That's all he has to say. But speaking of Ronaldo, you know, we're actually going to see Ronaldo and Messi one more time this coming week. And that's the thing with this Champions League. It's so quick now because of COVID. The Champions League fixtures are coming like this. It's like every week now. So this coming week, I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, but we are getting a rematch of Ronaldo versus Messi, Barcelona versus not Bayern Munich, Juventus. And I'm pretty sure, I think Juventus, or not Juventus, but Bayern, I don't know why I keep saying Bayern, but Barcelona have nothing to play for because they both pretty much qualified actually.
Yeah, even the Barcelona coach is resting Messi the last 2 Champions League games.
Yeah, so I don't know. It would be nice, you know, just to see from a
fan
point of view to see them both in the pitch at the same time. Will it happen? But will it be nice? Yes.
Honestly, in terms of like people drawing like in the financial world, like, you know, people paying for this because now you get all this CBS stuff that you pay for to watch a game. It's going to bring revenue up. So I'm sure they're going to have some sort of like incentive for the teams to make sure they play their stars on Tuesday whenever they play. So I'm sure it's going to happen. I think we're going to see a Ronaldo Messi match, even if it's for like 60 minutes. I think he'll be there, and I think they're gonna play for first place in the group, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see why they wouldn't play their stars either.
Yeah,
yeah.
Unless the manager wants to be a dickhead.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I would love to see Cristiano. I'm not a Juve fan, fuck Juve, but I would love to see Cristiano score on Barcelona and do that.
Sí.
No, calma. Just anything.
Yo estoy aquí.
Like, I would love, and it sucks that there's not going to be any fans for him to do it in front of, but I want that so bad for him to do it one more time. That was my.
Or he takes off his shirt. Najee scores the game-winning goal and just takes off his shirt again.
It works. I think no, but they will not. If Juve does win, they will be tied on 15 points. And
but I think it depends on how much they win too, because then you say it's head to head.
It's head to head. So what?
The goal difference is the next tiebreaker.
Yeah, after the head to head, and Barca has 14 plus, and Juve only has 7 plus.
I'm saying how much, because I know Barca won the last game. What was the score? Anybody remember?
0.
I think, was it 2-0?
I think 2-0 or 2-1 of it, but I'm pretty sure it was 2-0.
2-0. I think it was 2-0 too. So if Juve, let's say theoretically Juve beats 2-0, they're head to head. They're tied on the head to head. So the next one is goal difference. Barcelona has the head of the group, regardless.
Yeah. Got it.
So they have to win by at least 3 goals.
I assume so. If they use the scoreline for the head to head as an aggregate, yes.
That's so stupid. I hate that head to head model because
I don't know. It's working out for me.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I'm saying, because even if, like, for example, we win and PSG wins, PSG will still go through, even though we have more of a goal difference. Like, what the fuck? But that's my bitch about it.
No, but so Man U is playing who next? Istanbul?
Red Bull or Leipzig.
Well, that's a
I
tough.
can easily see us just win. If we do win 1-0, we're probably gonna draw like 0-0 or 1.
No, but if you win, you still go through. You're going through as the second place team. But
I know that. But I'm just saying, I want first place. I don't want second place.
You want first place.
It's
Well, actually,
to avoid the Barcelonas and the Bayerns. That's why.
Exactly. I don't want to face those motherfuckers.
Okay. You'd probably. I don't know which group plays which group, but it doesn't matter.
It's the luck of the draw, man. That's the thing with Champions League. You never know.
All right, it is the luck. It is the draw. It is the draw. Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Ending on Champions League. Anything else, Adrian, you want to add?
That's pretty much it. I said what I had to say about my Champions League ordeal. And you guys gotta say anything before we jump on to the next one?
I do have. Well, no, actually, no. Regarding Champions League, no. What do you have in store for us today, Adrian? Tonight.
So if you guys haven't noticed, Premier League have brought back fans again. Well, not just the Premier League, but just pretty much all the English teams that are considered in the tier 2 level are allowed to bring back fans to their stadiums. It was as recent as today, actually, when Arsenal played against some bumblefuck team in Europa League, but they were actually allowed to bring up to 2,000 fans into their stadium, which is a nice thing to see, especially as long as cases are not that crazy. I've heard Europe is still in the shell with their amount of cases, but if they feel confident enough to bring back the fans, and hopefully they're doing it in a thoughtful manner, and where obviously social distancing is being placed in its heaviest effect, because this is still a mass gathering of people. 2,000 still a lot of people, and it gets spread like wildfire in case you get 1 or 2 people that end up getting the virus and spreads it on to everyone else. So it's good to see fans, but at the same time, I just want to make sure the precautions and everything else is being done safely.
Yeah, no, I think the safety is obviously the first part of it. Arsenal, I think Arsenal had 2,000 spectators or 4,000.
2,000. Yeah, no Premier League team can bring 4,000 yet.
But Arsenal was playing who in the Europa League? Because they always play in the Europa League.
No idea, to be honest. That's how bad I am right now with the Europa League. If United were there, I'd probably give it a little bit more research.
They play the Rapid Wien. I think there's an Austrian team, if I'm not mistaken.
What team?
Rapid Wien.
Rapid Vienna.
Vienna? Yeah, this.
The Austrian team. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds Austrian.
Yeah.
That sounds Austrian. Like I think we as the human race are very, very tired of the restrictions of COVID. If there is a possible way to safely allow fans into the stadium, I'm all up for that. The problem is humans are not a safe species. We don't care. We don't think. We don't. That's the issue. There's a lot of good things that we could do currently. But because people are selfish, they don't wear their masks, they don't wash their hands. People don't wash their hands. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But, in theory, I like the idea. And I like to say that the Europeans are a little more smarter than us, even though in America we've been allowing people in the stands.
It's incredible, actually. I don't know if you guys watch football, but the Cowboys, they allowed 30,000 fans on the Thanksgiving game.
30,000 in this day and fucking age. Oh my! I know. I saw the game, but I didn't hear 30,000.
It's just like
mind blowing. You're incredibly mind blowing.
And this is why we are probably countries across.
That's why we're behind everyone else right now. And I'm pretty sure you guys have heard the Los Angeles is shut down right now.
Yeah, completely locked down. And honestly, New York is heading that way.
Yeah.
We're heading there.
We're heading there. California, and it's not just Los Angeles, but the whole state of California is fucked right now because not just LA, but even the Niners, San Francisco 49ers can't play in their own stadium or do practice there. They had to go to Vegas to do it because, the cases have gone up there so crazy. and people are not practicing social distancing. People are still going out mass gatherings. People are still going out partying. I've seen like Snapchats and everything of people going out and just having a good old fucking time. Like legit, I was driving up through your neck of the woods by the Heights the other day, and I saw on the going up on the Henry Hudson Parkway, there was these people on a park just partying, going crazy, blasting them bow and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And mind you, it's like 30 degrees outside. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's just rough days, and people have to be smarter than they are right now. Other than that, or we're just gonna be stuck at home forever, and people get sick.
Well, on the side of that, we are having a vaccine distributed. Supposedly within the next 10 days, it's gonna be coming over here in the U.S.
But there's certain people that are getting it first.
Yeah, essential workers, I'm assuming.
Exactly. So you might wait a couple months until you get that.
Exactly, because one, the first thing is the amount, the quantity. Well, yeah, the quantity of the drug, and the amount of people, because billions of people, like billions of vaccines out here. Even I don't even know if they have millions to spare. It's probably just, I don't know, around the region of like what, thousands at most.
New York State is supposed to get 170,000, but they're going to be distributed first to anyone working in the hospitals and nursing homes. Those will be the first group of people to be targeted. The general public is estimated not to get the vaccine until either May or June.
So just imagine if we're not responsible enough, how many more vaccines we're gonna need by then.
Right. It's definitely, it's not a good scenario, but I think as much as I don't want it, the best situation is that New York State shuts down. So by the time spring comes through, it's not going to be as much as a need for the vaccine, that the cases are so low that, there's not going to be such a big need. But unfortunately, again, with the human species is not very reliable. So who knows how this turns out, and I hope it doesn't turn out bad. But
yeah, hopefully,
I can only be optimistic.
Yeah, same here, man. And that's the thing, because we're all here in New York, and we're already like hearing the whispers and all that saying of a potential lockdown. So that's why it's just, and it's crazy because it's not right during the holidays. This is where people like to visit each other the most. And I think that's the other thing, because you can't prevent people. Like, there's really we don't live in, that's the thing about the U.S. We don't really live in like a big communist society where people, the government will restrict you. We have the free will to do that, but at the same time, giving the free will to these fucking people doesn't always imply the best judgment in that. So with that being said, it's very risky, and it's hazardous, because at this time, especially in the next month, we're going to see probably another high cases of people who are going to get the virus, and the hospitals are going to be overflown again. And I feel like it's just going to get worse before it gets good again, man. It feels like a circle. We were here just recording when we were all shut down back in like March and April.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like back to square one.
The only difference is we have masks now, and compared to back then, it's just people not using them and not.
Exactly. You have these anti-mask believers, and I don't know, man. I can go another rant with that, but I'll just hold that for another day and age.
Yeah.
But it's just mind-boggling that people do not or think this thing is a hoax until it hits them, and then they're in the fucking incubator about to die. But hey, like I said, that's just another rant for me. But anyways, how do we always manage to get a segue out of here? We were talking about the Premier League teams hosting fans. So I think it's a good initiative to do. I'm hoping they keep it up, and hopefully not just London, but in Manchester, because I know I watch a lot of the Manchester United the fan channels over there, and they're dying to have the fans back there. They want to go back to the stadiums. They want to do that, and I'm like, fine if they want to go ahead, but it just depends on the cases and how it is out there. I do hope the Manchester, partial Manchester United fans do go out there. But I'm saying I don't think the region of 30,000 is safe. I think at most 10, maybe 10,000, maybe pushing it. But I think a safe region of a good amount of fans where you can hear them, and the players can feel. Because the fans are a big part of the game, think about that. Especially the home fans, because That's how they get that adrenaline, that extra push when they gotta like make that, get that extra goal or to tie the game up when you're facing a deficit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Fans definitely make a difference, with no doubt.
Yeah, no, fans for sure. They're very important aspect. The 12th man, the energy,
Yeah.
the noise, the volume, everything. It's important. But I would even say 10,000. I think the 4,000 limit is good. Have 10 seats for the next person. 10 seats, 10 seats, 10 seats, and the next person.
The other problem is going to be who are these tickets going to be available to? A lot of people are going to try to get a ticket. That you say
We're gonna shoot you for tickets.
desperate to get a ticket. So like
Right, because I think the majority of the seats belong to anyone who's like a season ticket
I'm gonna
holder.
say season ticket.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a high priority. The people who pay obviously the most fucking money,
Yeah.
and then like they get the higher percentage. I'm assuming like at least 80%, and then like 20% just gets it to the regular folks who normally buy their tickets.
No, it's not a lot still.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good point. Like, who gets those 4,000 allocated tickets? And I think the best way, in my opinion, is that you get a lottery of games. Obviously everybody wants to play the top teams, whether it be Liverpool, Man U, Tottenham, or Chelsea. But you take your name out of hat for every season ticket holder. I think that's the best way to do it. And if you drew your team versus Chelsea, great. If it's your team versus Southampton, that's what you get.
I think they should do a lottery.
Definitely a lottery.
A lottery, yeah. Just join, sign up, and then if you win it, you go. I think that's the safest way to do it to avoid any issues.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's the crazy thing? I know I'm sidetracking again, but I've been getting emails nonstop from the Yankees promoting their tickets for next season. You know, it's a crazy thing. Baseball season, mind you, starts in April.
Right.
And this is New York Yankees. And our cases are still very high right now. So I don't know what the fuck they're thinking about trying to invite fans over for the next season. Like, I'm getting promotions left and right given the holidays. I'm thinking they think they can bring as many fans as they want. I don't know what's the restrictions going to be for New York, because we're not allowed any fans for any time going, even though it's an outdoor stadium. Still not allowed any fans.
I keep getting calls for the Red Bull sales team, and I'm like, listen, bro. As much as I want to go back, as much as I want to go back there, that's. And I heard this somewhere though, but like I know my friends are getting the calls for NYCFC sales, and they're trying to collect as much money as possible, and they probably won't offer a refund. They'll probably offer an exchange or ticket next season, but you ain't gonna get my money if I don't know I'm allowed to go into the stadium safely.
No, absolutely.
Ooh, excuse me. No, yeah, I definitely agree, and that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy that the Yankees are actually offering tickets right now, like all these other teams, because we're still not out of this pandemic yet, and their season starts like right around the corner, and it's nuts. It's really nuts to think about it. I know the Lakers are actually being smart about it. They're like, we're not bringing back fans anytime soon, so don't anticipate as much as we want you guys back. We're thinking about everyone as a whole and being unselfish about it, which I give them the most props to the Lakers, because obviously a lot of fans love to go see them on a daily basis, to go see them play, especially LeBron and Anthony Davis out there. But at the same time, they're being unselfish with this. They're losing money, but at the same time, they're doing it in an unselfish way, and I commend them for that.
I think it's like if the Lakers did pull out that statement, that's fantastic. That's a very progressive, and that's a safe message. That type of statement can never bite you back in the ass.
No, absolutely.
It's never going to backfire, because you
no matter what.
What? Go ahead.
No matter what, you're still going to go watch the Lakers. Like
right.
Yeah, it's like going to see the fucking Knicks play, even though they suck.
Yeah, but MSG is such a great arena, man. I mean, I prefer to watch the Rangers. But anyway, anything else before we wrap this up?
That's pretty much my piece. Like, like even though we were a little pessimistic with this whole COVID thing and lockdown, I do hope the best and just making sure it does not affect anything else because in this day and age, a lot of people have suffered from COVID, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody that might have passed away or got the virus in the toll, especially here in New York when the first wave hit, spread it like wildfire. But I'm just want to be optimistic here and just saying, or just spread this message to everybody: just be safe out there, social distance. If you're gonna see people, just don't be a fucking idiot about it, and just make sure you have to sanitize yourself. And if you're sick, just stay home. That's it.
Yeah, no, 100% for sure. Renato, do you have any closing statements? Anything
Uh,
else you'd like to say?
like Adrian said, just adding up to that, be smart. If we want to be back to normals in which we can go and, support our teams and watch the sports that we love, we got to do our part, be responsible, and we can one day be back at that. And other than that, I want to thank you guys for having me here. It's a really fun time, and hope to do it again.
Yeah, Renato, thank you for coming on. Always love to have a great guest on, and hope to have you again one time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, Renato.
You
You've been
got it.
an amazing guest, and it's been an honor to have you here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us. Thank you for listening to us ramble. We are the semi-soccer experts. We don't know a lot, but we'll talk about a lot.
Exactly. I feel like it should be a slogan for us.
I
We're gonna put it on a fucking t-shirt. Just sell some merch soon. But yes, thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you again for next episode.
All right, peace out.
Okay.